Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone. And peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, Hurricane Hilary to hit California. Hurricane Hilary to hit California. Call halal Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yimla, Alahayanawa, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. And I don't want to make this too long. Just a quick hit. Looking at the headlines. There's a hurricane, and it's a Category 3 right now, and it's headed towards here in California. Well, I'm in Northern California, but it's a tropical storm. A hurricane that's out there in the Pacific right now, and it's headed towards the west coast of California, and the coastal part of Mexico, and here in California. And it's a Category 3 right now. Now, the last time, from what they were saying, the last time, California, we had a hurricane, a tropical storm like this was 84 years ago. You see, so I guess within the next 24 hours or the next day or two, it's definitely gonna hit the coastal part of Mexico. I think like Baja, Southern California, definitely they're talking about it's gonna hit, and possibly the coastal part here in Northern California, which would be, in the North Bay, which would be San Francisco. Then you have in the East Bay, which would be Oakland. You have Richmond, California, out there in the Bay Area, and those are coastal port, cities that, that could potentially. That could call, if the hurricane picks up to a 4 or a 5 or something, that could be devastating, and cause a major flooding, but it's picking up speed right now. So this is something to watch, so they're talking about flooding and heavy wind, and this is a tropical storm. So, the Lord said, man, he was going to send signs in the heavens and in the earth, and going forward here, there's some devastating natural disasters that are coming, around the globe, and that it's going to impact. It's already, we've already seen some of them, but we're talking about major, total devastation, catastrophic, these earthquakes and tsunamis, storms and stuff. They were talking about too, as far as the increase of lightning and thunder increasing as time, as we get deeper and closer into the Lord's return, because the earth is the earth is in stress, man. There's a lot going on in the heavens right now. With you have these solar storms. The Lord is just, because He's ultimately in control of this. And He's going to destroy this place, America, Babylon, and different parts of the world too. But this place is going to be totally wiped off the face of the earth. So we have, sinkholes where the ground is just going to, cave in underneath. Those are coming, where it could possibly take out 10,000 people at one time. These devastating floods and typhoons. They just had a typhoon out there in Japan. Quote me if I'm wrong, but there's just devastating, catastrophic events coming, weather events, and they're saying La Nina, El Nino Part 2 is coming. So it's supposed to be a windy, wet, cold, winter. And I know this past winter that we just had, the winds, it was so windy and it was cold and it was, wet, but the winds were blowing so hard, this past winter, that a redwood tree fell on my car and crushed my car. And I have it on one of my videos down there. I did a little show on it. It's in the archives. But this past winter, the winds were blowing so bad in my apartment complex and where I'm at. The tree, a big giant redwood tree, fell and crushed my car. And that was on New Year's Eve. And through the Spirit, I just the Lord, I just looked at it spiritual, and the Lord, that just let me know that the Lord, He's coming to do damage. There's some catastrophic events that are coming, devastating, thunder, lightning, earthquakes, tsunamis, floodings, these hurricanes. We don't get no hurricanes out here on the West Coast in California. This is strange, So Hurricane Hilary is gaining speed and supposed to hit here in California. So let me get to the scriptures. But this is the things that's coming. And not too long ago, the scientists were talking about how California is due for a devastating earthquake, and they were talking about a crack. There's like a huge crack in the bottom, at a certain part of the Pacific Ocean that could potentially cause a major flooding. And this is something to look forward to, because these are the type of things that the Lord is bringing in this end time. Let me go here. Let me go to Psalm 107 and 23. I don't want to make this too long. Just a quick hit. Through the power and the spirit of YAHAWAHSHI. Psalm 107 and 24. Psalm 107 and 24, and it reads, it says, "These see the works of the Lord, and His wonders in the deep." You see his powerful works, man. To send these dust clouds from one end of the earth to the other, these catastrophic floods and tsunamis, and that the Lord, these devastating storms and stuff like that. This is the Lord who does this. These vortexes and stuff like that. This is the Lord who does this. His mighty, powerful works. You know, the Lord controls the wind. He controls the clouds, the air, you know, all of that. You know, these constellations way out there in space, the stars, the sun, these planets, these solar storms, all of that. That's the Lord who controls all of this. You see, it says 25, for he commandeth, see, for he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the waves thereof. So the Lord spoke and the winds rose up. See, everything is in command. The Lord is in command of everything. You know, the Lord tell you a bird can't be put to death unless he sanctions it. An ant, one insect can't die unless the Lord sanctions it. See, the Lord is in control of everything. And we all know in this end time, man, this place America is going to be thrashed. He's going to do away with this place. So, you know, there's all type of catastrophic events and natural disasters that are coming to this place. Earthquakes, floodings, you know, tsunamis, you know, tornadoes and hurricanes that are coming, that are going to devastate a lot of these coastal parts of Babylon here in America, and tornadoes and stuff like that, that the Lord is finna send, you know, because this place is prophesied that this place America is going to be destroyed, man. Let me go here. I'll close out with this. Like I said, I don't want to make this too long. Where I want to go, Salakia, okay, yeah, I'll go right here. I'll close out with this. It says, Job 37 and 11, and it reads, it says, also by watering he wearieth the thick cloud, he scattereth his bright cloud. 12, and it is turned round about by his counsel. See, the Lord, he with these clouds and the wind and you know, the storms, the tempests and stuff like that, the Lord, he commands all. It does what he says. He's in control of everything. See, the Lord is in control of everything. It says, also by watering he wearieth the thick cloud, he scattereth his bright cloud. 12, and it is turned round about by his counsels, that they may do whatsoever he commandeth them upon the face of the world in the earth. 13, I'll close out with this. He causeth it to come, whether for correction or for his land or for mercy. So call Allah YAHAWAHSHI. So these tsunamis, these hurricanes, these typhoons, this thundering and lightning and hailstorms and stuff like that, these snowstorms, the Lord, he said he brings it for whether for correction or for mercy. And we know at this point he's bringing these devastating natural disasters in the earth and ultimately here in America, Babylon, for correction, man. Because this place is wicked. This place is completely satanic. It's it's unholy. There's all type of perversion and adultery, and this place is just completely, it's spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, man. So just expect more devastating natural disasters to come upon here in America, Babylon, and across the world, man. because the world, the YAHAWAHSHI is on his way back, you know, and his elect is going to be guided and protected, and a lot of wicked individuals are going to die in these type of natural disasters and stuff, man. You know, they're going to be put to death. So then it's just judgment. So, but, you know, I just wanted to touch on that, just, you know, to bring that out. But Hurricane Hilary, a tropical storm, is supposed to hit here in California, and you know, we'll see what it looks like within the next 24 hours and the next 48 hours or so, and it could potentially cause a lot of flooding here in the coastal part of California. So, you know, the Lord is visiting the earth, man, and he's on his way back. So, you know, seek the Lord while he may be found. Shalom.